Alright gamers, let's be real. Sometimes we just don't have the time or the money to play every big budget AAA game that hits the shelves. I mean, if I wanted to spend more than my rent on a single game, I'd at least like a free ride to the moon, right? Well, today we're talking about 10 AA masterpieces every gamer must play. Games that won't break your bank, but will absolutely break your heart in the best way possible. Starting off, we've got Sifu, the game that teaches you how to punch, kick, and never stop learning, even if you're getting your butt handed to you over and over again. This martial arts masterpiece lets you take on the role of a young kung fu prodigy out for revenge. Sounds cool, right? Well, get ready to feel old, because every time you die, you age, and not in the I just had a stressful work week kind of way. We're talking full-on gray hairs, wrinkles, the works. But here's the kicker. As you age, you get stronger, more experienced, but also closer to needing a cane and yelling at kids to get off your lawn. Combat in Sifu is so satisfying though, it's worth every frustrating retry. Each fight feels like a scene out of a kung fu movie, with fast, precise strikes that feel like you're Bruce Lee in a tech-savvy world of chaos. But you will die, a lot. It's brutal. But it's the kind of game that makes you feel like the underdog until you absolutely wreck the final boss after 10,000 tries. Then you're the kung fu master, and all that aging feels totally worth it. Next up, we have Hellblade Senua's Sacrifice, and let me tell you, this game is a journey into the mind that you probably don't want to take on after a stressful day. You play as Senua, a warrior dealing with severe mental illness while on a mission to save her lover's soul from Norse gods. Yep, sounds lighthearted, right? No, but seriously, the way the game handles Senua's struggle with psychosis is both powerful and harrowing. The binaural audio used in this game, where you hear voices whispering directly in your ears, makes you feel like you're walking in Senua's shoes, and it's enough to make you look around nervously while playing. But the emotional payoff is worth it. The combat is tough but fair, and the environments are breathtaking in their dark beauty. It's not just a game, it's an experience that sticks with you. You might even find yourself questioning reality at 2 a.m., wondering if you're hearing voices in your head or just your mom telling you to go to bed. Either way, Hellblade is a masterpiece in storytelling, and you absolutely need to experience it. Just maybe not right before bed.
End it. No. Near the end. He's gone!
Now, we're talking about another Crab's Treasure, a game that's as ridiculous as it is fun. Imagine this, you're a crab with a sword, and you're on a quest for treasure, fighting through oceanic enemies and other bizarre creatures. Yep, it's everything you never knew you needed in life. The combat is surprisingly tight for a game about crustaceans, and the humor is so off the wall that it makes you wonder, did someone on the dev team just think, what if we make a game about crabs going full pirate mode and make it awesome? And somehow they pulled it off. The game's vibrant world is full of quirky characters and puzzles that make you laugh just as much as they challenge you. And the boss fights, oh, they're a wild ride. Imagine a crab wielding a giant sword battling against an enemy crab that looks like it just escaped from a pirate movie. Honestly, another Crab's Treasure is the perfect reminder that sometimes games don't need to be ultra serious to be totally awesome. If you're down for a bit of whimsy and a lot of action, this game is a must play.
I'll break you apart!
All right, buckle up, because Atomic Heart is a wild ride that combines BioShock vibes with a Soviet-era fever dream. You play as a KGB officer navigating a world gone haywire. Robots have gone rogue, zombies are everywhere, and everything is just weird. And I mean weird. The game doesn't hold back, giving you some of the most bizarre enemies you'll ever face, from killer mannequins to mind-bending mutated creatures that look like they were pulled straight out of a science fiction horror movie. The atmosphere is absolutely electric, with an eerie beauty that will make you pause just to take in the surroundings before you get jumped by a mutant and suddenly panic. Combat is satisfying but can feel overwhelming. especially when you're up against robots that think they're your personal Terminators. The puzzles and world building are top-notch, and the surreal story will keep you hooked, wondering if you've taken the wrong kind of trip in this alternate reality. But fair warning, if you're the type to get freaked out by horror, don't say I didn't warn you. Still, Atomic Heart is a must-play for anyone looking for a mind-bending, action-packed experience. Up next is Banishers, Ghosts of New Eden, and if you've ever wanted to go ghost hunting with a mix of RPG and supernatural combat, this is your jam. You play as a pair of ghost hunters in a world full of restless spirits, lost souls, and way too many creepy things that go bump in the night. The combat is satisfying, with you and your partner using a mix of weapons and spiritual abilities to deal with the undead. The story is surprisingly emotional too. This isn't just about going in and blasting ghosts. You'll deal with loss, redemption, and trying to save the souls of the lost, and honestly, it hits harder than you expect. The relationship between the two main characters adds some depth, and you'll find yourself invested in their journey. The atmosphere is just chilling, and each encounter feels tense like you're walking into a ghost-filled horror movie. But hey, if you love a bit of spooky action and some deep storytelling, Banishers is a perfect choice. Just don't play it alone at night, or do, and enjoy the terror.
Think you could take on a ghost?
Next, we've got Evil West, and let me just say, if you ever wanted to feel like a badass cowboy with a very serious no-mercy attitude, this is the game for you. Picture this, you're a vampire-hunting, gun-toting, electrified gauntlet-wearing cowboy with a vendetta against the supernatural. The game's all about action, and I mean action. It's a pure, over-the-top, no-holds-barred brawler. You'll be chaining together punches, gunshots, and electric-powered uppercuts as you tear through hordes of vampires and other nightmarish creatures. If you've ever wanted to feel like Clint Eastwood crossed with Frankenstein, Evil West has got you covered. The best part? It doesn't take itself too seriously. You're basically playing a Western that knows it's a little ridiculous, but still manages to give you that badass feeling every time you crush an enemy's skull with a well-timed punch. It's a non-stop thrill ride, and you'll have a blast feeling like the world's most dangerous monster hunter without ever having to put down your popcorn. So grab your electrified gloves and get ready to unleash hell on some vampires. You won't regret it.
Damn, like locusts. That hurt.
Moving on to Ghost Runner 2, and if you liked the first game, then brace yourself for more lightning-fast parkour action. Imagine this, you're a cybernetic ninja in a dystopian city, running at the speed of light, wall running, double jumping, and slashing through enemies like you're a one-man army in a neon-soaked future. If the first game was a brutal test of reflexes, then Ghost Runner 2 takes that and cranks it up to 11. The combat is incredibly fluid, with every slice of your blade feeling impactful, and every jump feeling like you're in an action movie. But here's the kicker. Ghost Runner 2 doesn't just want you to run and jump, it challenges you to do it with style. Timing is everything, and one wrong move means you're dead. But when you nail that perfect combo, when everything clicks, oh man, it feels amazing. The addition of new moves and gadgets only adds to the chaos and excitement, making it feel like you're in a constant state of motion, slicing and dashing through enemies. So, if you're ready to channel your inner ninja and embrace the cyberpunk chaos, Ghost Runner 2 is your next must-play.
Extrapolate his destination.
How was he so fast?
Must have gotten a ride of his own. I don't know. Those Ashura types are not your regular GRs.
Next up is Stray, a game that lets you do what we all secretly wish we could. Live life as an adorable but highly intelligent cat. But wait, this isn't just about lounging around and napping in sunbeams? Nope. You're a stray cat exploring a futuristic city, solving puzzles, evading creepy robotic enemies, and even getting to meow on command. The game is absolutely gorgeous, and the world building is top-notch. As a cat, you'll do cat-like things, like knocking stuff off tables because, well, it's your right, but you'll also uncover a dark mystery while navigating through a cyberpunk world. Honestly, it's like the game designers just tapped into every cat owner's dream. What if our cat had the smarts to be the hero of an adventure and not just a loaf on the couch? The controls are intuitive, and the cat movement feels so natural you might actually start purring during some of the platforming sections. And let's not forget about the robot companions who add a sense of warmth to this sometimes lonely world. So if you've ever wanted to live your best 9 lives in a stunningly crafted world, Stray is the game for you. Just don't forget to scratch the furniture. It's what cats do best. Now let's talk about Kena, Bridge of Spirits, a game that blends Pixar-like charm with a gorgeous world of lush forests, hidden spirits, and puzzle solving. You play as Kena, a young spirit guide on a mission to help lost souls find peace, all while dealing with the spooky mysteries surrounding a forgotten village. This game is a visual feast, with vibrant environments that'll make you want to jump into the screen and go on a spiritual adventure. The combat is fast, satisfying, and surprisingly strategic for a game that looks like it could be a kid's movie. The real charm of Kena, though, comes from the adorable little rot creatures that follow you around and help you solve puzzles or beat up enemies, because who doesn't love little minions? Kena is not just about action. It's about exploration, friendship, and bringing light to the darkness, literally and figuratively. It's one of those games that makes you feel good inside, like you just gave a hug to a virtual woodland creature. So if you're looking for a beautiful, heartfelt experience with a touch of action, Kena is your go-to game. Plus, you get to hang out with cute little spirit buddies. Who could say no to that? And last but certainly not least, we have A Plague Tale: Innocence. And if you think this is just a game about some rats, think again. This is an emotional, gut-wrenching journey that follows 2 siblings, Amicia and her younger brother Hugo, as they navigate a war-torn France while being pursued by both the Inquisition and an overwhelming swarm of rats. Oh, and did I mention those rats? They aren't just creepy little rodents, they're an absolute army, and they'll devour you alive if you're not careful. The game is an incredibly tense, stealth-heavy experience, and each step you take feels like a fight for survival. It's not just about avoiding the rats, it's about dealing with loss, sacrifice, and the harsh realities of life during a plague. The story is gut-wrenching, the characters are well-developed, and you'll find yourself rooting for them through every harrowing moment. A Plague Tale. Innocence isn't just a game, it's a journey through an unforgiving world, and it does an amazing job of making you feel emotionally invested in the fate of the characters. It's a must-play for anyone who loves a gripping story wrapped in stealthy, rat-infested chaos.
Spoke of a way out through the crypt.
Amicia! The 3 statues!
The crypt of the 3 saints. It's the exit the father spoke of. Oh, we have to find another way. I'll give you a hand.
Yes.
So there you have it, 10 AA masterpieces that every gamer needs to experience. So which one are you playing first? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more recommendations. Catch you in the next one.